Hi, my name is Maren Fisher, and I'm an essential oil educator. And I'm going to address a couple of things in this video that really talk about, addressing the questions that I have about how do people get on LRP, how do you get people to continue to use the oils, how do you address the business aspect of Doterra, which is amazing, but how do you do that? And how do we kind of transition people into that, not only the lifestyle of using doTERRA essential oils and products, but then also possibly sharing and building. So a couple of key factors are making sure that you sit down with them very soon after they get their oils, after they get their enrollment kit. Sit down with them and go through what it means to have a membership. And so we call that a membership overview. You can call it a wellness consultation. You can call it a one-on-one, however you want to look at that. But you're going through their membership. You're doing an overview of their membership. And so that's really, really essential in the education part of it. And so when you enroll someone, that is the essential next step. You have to do that. That is going to be what is going to help you become an educator yourself and help your business grow. So one of the programs that I use for that, is really simple to use, is the Share Success program. And they have what's called a Live Guide, a Build Guide, and a Share Guide. And I'm going to kind of show you those, and then I'll show you where to get them. But first of all, the Live Guide. I don't know if you can kind of see this. I physically have a Live Guide here. And then this Share Guide is actually what you get in your enrollment kit when you become a wholesale membership, or when you get your wholesale membership kit. And then I have the Build Guide. And that kind of talks about the business. So what I will do is, like I said, first of all, say, hey, when you get your shipping confirmation, tell me, let's set up a time. And honestly, it doesn't need to be more than an hour or so, but that's a time where you can sit down and overview them, all those aspects of the program of doTERRA, go through the products, say, I want to show you how to use these oils and how your family can use these oils. And so then that will also give them an opportunity for them to ask you specific questions, and it might be in that first, ideally in the first 2 weeks after they've enrolled. So then they might have more questions than when they were first at your class or when they first met you or something like that, okay? So I'm going to show you now where you can actually get these oils. Not the oils, where you can actually get the Live Guides. Okay, so one of the places that you can find these is actually through Oil Life. Okay, so through Oil Life, you can actually order these. This is where I like to order these types of tools. So if you just search Share Success, I really especially like to have a lot of the Live Guides on hand, because then they can, you'll see they have all these different products here, but so the Build Guide, you actually get 10 of them for $5. So they actually are only 50 cents a piece. I don't have as many of the Build Guides because I don't have as many people that want those. Remember, about 90 to 95% of, probably even more than that, of the people that get their own wholesale membership just want the discount on the oils and to possibly look at getting their free oils. So when you go though, so this Live Guide is really important. This right here, if you have, it's for the 50 cents a piece, just have some on hand. And then that way it's something that you can walk through with your wholesale member, and they get to keep it then. They have any notes that they've taken in there, or any notes that you've written in there, they keep it. So you can order these, have them on hand. The other way that you can do it is actually go to Share Success, and then if you go to the library, so if you look on the top here, this is the Share Success, and then there's the library here. That's where I'm at. And then these are all ways that you can buy them, even to download it, you have to buy it there. But if you go down to the guides here, there's Intro, Share, Launch, Live, and Build. So I'm just going to kind of go through. I'm going to download the English version of the Live Guide. But so basically what I do is when I sit down with people, I will put all three of these in front of them, and I will say, the Live Guide here, the Live Guide is where this is where you want to use your oils. The share guide is maybe you want to, you know your mom or your sister or your aunt or your friends, and actually in that share guide that they get from in their kit has some awesome cute, I don't know if you've taken a look at this, but make sure you show them what is in their kit. It's actually some cute like sample cards that have information on them so they can give samples out. And also the share guide also talks about, this comes in the class in the box, and this also talks about the, like how to host a class. Okay, there's great things. And then the build guide. So and then I say, you know, and this is for people who want to do what I do. You know, I want to work with people who just want to use the oils and get a discount. I also would love to help you host a class. I would teach a class for you, and you know, where you might earn some free oils or earn some free product. Or if you look at this and say, hey, I want to do what you do, I would, that is where we also would love to help you do that too, right? So that's where the build guide comes in. So at that point, most, like I said, 95% or more people will say, you know what, no, I see myself using the oils. I just kind of want to learn about them, get educated, that type of thing. So that's when you pull out the live guide. Now, like I said, this really works well, what I'm doing right here, really works well if you have someone in another state or another location, or even if you're not that far away, but you're busy, right? Everyone's really busy. So 9 o'clock at night, you can Zoom call each other. You pull up, share your screen, like you can see my screen now, and go through the live guide. Okay, I love to do it in person with this because then they get to keep it, like I said, okay? So, but let's go through this. So I'm gonna show you. So they have this live guide. And so in this, so you've already there, you're gonna now talk about all the next steps. You're now gonna talk about all the ways that they can use these oils, right? And how to use these oils. And you're gonna go through each of the oils that they got in their kit. And you can say, okay, pull them out, put the stickers on, show all those things that actually get oily, okay? Open them up, smell them, use them. Make roller bottles. I always take roller bottles with me and then give them roller bottles. And ideally when you enrolled them, you would talk to them about coconut oil or some sort of oil that a carrier oil that they're gonna use. So then you can actually make that, okay? Make those roller bottles, make those things so that when you leave there, after you've spent that time with them, they know, hey, I have a good plan here. I know how I'm going to use my peppermint oil. I know how I'm going to use my lavender oil. I know how I'm going to use these oils to help support my family. Okay, so just quickly go through this. But then you've also, because you've put that out there with the share guide, I'd love to host a class for you. I also work with people who want to do what I'm doing, hosting classes or teaching classes, and you know, enrolling other people and actually looking at that business part of it. And that's, like I said, a very small portion of people, but they're out there, right? Many of you know that for the first year of me being in Doterra, I didn't even go to I had used the oils for a year before I even went to my first class. And at that first class, I was like, I have to do this. Okay, so you never know. Like, it's always a timing thing for people. You absolutely never know when and where people are going to decide to need the oils or use the oils or share the oils or build the Doterra business. Okay, so it's really important that if you cannot do this within the first couple of weeks, please reach out to your upline and say, hey, will you help me with this? Because it's so important to get those people, because once they realize that, hey, there is a bonus here, a benefit here, I need to be using these oils, that's how your volume will grow. That's how your business will grow. And that's how they'll start saying, hey, I'm using the oils all the time. You should go and talk to Marin, or you should go and talk to whoever, right? And that's how you get those referrals as well. So anyway, just a little information on this live guide. So like I said, I love the live guide. It talks about the vitamins. You can talk about the vitamins and the amazing benefits of the vitamins. Okay. It also talks about the proactive medical care, informed self-care, all those things that, all the oils and the products can help us do. It has some awesome recipes in here. If you see, this is a recipe for a green smoothie. So it talks about the daily nutrient pack. You can then say, hey, if you're looking for, I would go on and say, hey, if you're looking for a way to get those enzymes in our food, and if we, you know, just in case you have a dairy intolerance or something and you came in contact with dairy, and then talk about how to use some of those products. So we go through some of the products that they maybe don't have, but it would be like next steps. Okay. So then we go through the oils. So deep blue, so this talks about deep blue, right? Right here, I would get out there deep blue and say, this is what, so you use this for, it's called the soothing blend, anything muscle, kind of pain stuff. Do you have a need for that? Let's make the roller bottle right now. You can talk about the other products, the deep blue products at this point. And there's space here for writing, right? Space for notes. So talk about how, talk about the rub, talk about the convenience of the touch system. Those are all the things. And so go through all these different products. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of quickly go through this because you can see how awesome it talks about, talks about a bathroom freshener. This is where you can say, hey, here's my go-to skin thing. Here's my go-to for allergies. This is my go-to for some of these other things. Talks about the Virage, the facial kit, the skin essentials or salon essentials kit. This is where you get a chance to really talk about products. Okay, the emotional aromatherapies, this is where I like to bring my oils with me also, and then they can smell and say, hey, here's my favorite. My favorite is cheer. This is why. They can smell them, and then they can say, oh, I need to get that. Maybe not next month, but a couple of months down the road, I'm going to write that down because I really like that. So then we, look at how awesome this Live Kit or Live Guide is. So then we get to the back. I just want to keep going here because then we go through, this is where you can go through this wellness consultation. My top health priorities are, these are the products I have for that, and this is what I need. So if my top health priority is seasonal issues, right? Seasonal discomfort. So if you have the main kits, you would write in there products that they have would be lemon, lavender, peppermint. Additional products to support might be the trays, if that's more of if they would really like to do something like that, okay? And then you're gonna write down for them their plan, okay? You're gonna take these vitamins in the morning, you're gonna take these vitamins at night, you have a plan here. And then, like I said, this can really help them to pick it up, okay? So then we have this Live Empowered with Natural Solutions. So this is your 90-day wellness plan. I like to tell people, hey, give it 90 days. Give something 3 months and go with it, okay? And these are your dates. At this point, you can also talk about the LRP program, the Loyalty Rewards program, and that they don't have to order, but doTERRA always has awesome incentives to order, right? That's what they do. They have these amazing incentives to have them order. So if they order by the 15th of the month with a 125 PV, you get the free product of the month, whatever that is by that month. And then there's always incentives for that. Then if they continue on the Loyalty Rewards program, they start earning product back free, right? Your first month that you're on it, you get 10%. So now if I put a $100 order in, I have already saved my 100 PV. I've already saved my 25% off by getting it wholesale. And then I get 10% of that to use the next month. So $10 I get the next month free. Okay, so those are and it goes up from there. So by the time you've been in it for 13 months, you are getting 25% off your wholesale plus 30% back to use free the next month. Okay, they just give oils away all the time. So the Live Guide also has an amazing here. I'm going to go down this quickly. The quick product guide. So if they're saying, anxious feelings, these are the products, the Serenity, Lavender, Frankincense, Peace, Console, Forgive. Supplements would be Lifelong Vitality, right? Look at how many times Lifelong Vitality comes up for issues. Supplements, Lifelong Vitality. Okay, that's where if we can get people to really see the benefit of a whole food vitamin, the benefit of being on LRP is there. Okay, and then the benefit of them using oils, seeing those benefits, because we know they're going to see them right away, right? It's amazing how quickly they see them. And then guess what? You're going to see that go, okay? You're going to see that LRP, those benefits of the LRP. Once they see those benefits of the LRP, they're going to start sharing too. Okay, so it just is a time thing. I'm just going to kind of go down here to it. Anyway, so quick product guide. And then it also then another, I mean, as you talk about the loyalty rewards program, guess what? It explains it here for them. And so then that's why it's really great to have that tangible packet for them to keep so that they can have it. Like here we go, frequently asked questions. How do I get 30% back in free product? That's amazing, right? So these are all things, this is what I love about the Live Guide, because it has all that information for you and you can walk through it with them. You can get oily with them. You can walk through it. And then guess what? If they have any questions and it's not in their Live Guide, then they contact you, right? But they have this extra benefit of having this. And for 50 cents, that is an amazing, it's invaluable to have as far as any kind of product information to have and give them this to actually keep. Right? Because then they have a tool in their hands that empowers them to have information at their hands, right? So at that point, if you have any questions, like I said, this is a great way you need to make sure that you get them on that wholesale or a wholesale overview, right? Their membership overview. And then you can open that door for sharing, hosting classes. And then if they want to say, hey, I really want to do this, like this is something I want to do like you are, right? I want to teach my own classes too. And so that's where you can open up that build guide. I'm just going to kind of show you quickly the build guide because it's beautiful as well. I love it. The build guide here, like I said, see, you have it, you can download it here. It talks about the pipeline, the financial pipeline. You can go through that story with them if that's something that they're interested in. And then it actually talks about the compensation plan. And so that's really what the build guide talks about, the compensation plan, and how, usually at Elite is where you start getting your oils paid for, Premier there too. And then at Silver is where you're actually a leader in the company, okay? So, and it's actually talking how many months it takes to achieve that, right? So this is an amazing guide too, even for you, if you have any questions on the compensation plan, to have it for yourself, right? And we look at this as a 2 to 5 year retirement plan, 2 to 5 year business plan. And what other business can you in 2 to 5 years look at that completely turning around for you? So these are all things that, if you have any questions, let myself know, ask myself, or ask one of someone in your upline. But really, really, I feel that it's so important to put yourself into that relationship with those people that have wholesale memberships. And it could be somebody who's only going to order once a year. But guess what? If they might have questions, they might have friends and family and neighbors. And that's why we're here, is to change people's lives, right? To get them healthier, to get their families healthier in natural solutions. So that's why we do what we do, right? Doesn't matter who orders when, what, where, why, how, whatever, as long as you're there to answer questions for them and to really create that relationship with them. They will appreciate that. They'll appreciate you. They'll refer people to you. That's how this business works. And it's more than just that business. That's how these relationships are built. And it's pretty amazing. So any questions you have, please, like I said, it's pretty amazing business that we can share this with each other and share this whole amazing lifestyle with others. Total relationship builder. Have a great day.